So we have the AK-101. This is a 5.56 times 45mm assault rifle. It is a further modernised version of the AK-74M based model, which we see in another episode further along the series, as that weapon is in this game also. So the AK-101 is equipped with a side fold and shoulder stock and a side mount for optical and night scopes, as we can see here on the rail, here just above the trigger. And also you can see that the stock can be folded, which you can utilise in this game, which is nice. The rifle is chambered to a 5.56 on 45 NATO ammunition, which is good, which allows you to have more adaptability with different types of ammunition. It's designed entirely for export purposes, apparently. The 100 series AKs are produced by the Izmash factories in Izhevsk, I think that's how it's pronounced, in Russia. So, moving on. Okay, so the ammunition we're going to select for the 5.56 and 45mm for this weapon system is going to be the M995. So the damage this round can deal is 43, so that is 4 points there. Penetration power is 53, and the armor damage is 52. So that gives it a 15-point score on our rating system here against the other ammunition we're comparing. So pretty good, really good weapons, really good round this. I think it's the second best round you can get. Probably on par with I think it's the SSAAP 5.56 round. Both really good rounds of ammunition. But this is the one we're going to select for this rating here, as I think it is an all-rounder with good high damage rate and pretty decent penetration of both the armor and the armor damage. So yeah, that's M995, and that's 15 points for this. Okay, the weapon modifications for this weapon system. So the AKs are quite variable, got quite a few options on some of the AKs, so hopefully this one's similar to that. So first and foremost, the magazine. Unfortunately, we have the C10 AK. Not many options here. It's nice to have the choice of having more magazines. Moving on to grey launcher, we have a GP25, which is nice. So we have the option now, which is really good. These things are extremely underrated, so that's really good. Now that's its first point there, which is good. So moving on to the underbarrel. So let's have a look what options we have here. We have 4 options of underbarrels here, which is nice to see. We've got a VS combo, pretty cool. There's not a lot really in all terms. We got the M1B, but you know what? It's got a few options, which is good. So we'll give a point there as well. We're able to have ourselves some grips and lasers as well, as we can get the side rails equipped onto there. So that is another point once again. So moving on to the muzzle brakes and silencer at the front here, we have silencers and muzzle brakes there, which is nice. That's another point there in the bags. That's now 4 points all in all. On the top rail, we have choices here, which is good. Another point. And that obviously will allow us to put different weapon sights on the weapon system, as you can see. Got the Piccadilly rail, so you can actually have all the sights, which is great. Another point. Stocks, we have the choice of putting the different buffer tubes on, which allows us to have multiple choice of stocks. Another point. Pistol grip. And we've got pistol grip there as well, which is really good. So that is another point. And full burst, unfortunately, we've only got single and full auto, which is going to give us no point next. So we'd like to have the burst option now, which is really good. So all in all, 8 points for customization. So once again, another weapon system which is fully customizable. Just falling short a little bit on an extra point there. We had extra magazines. We could have got a nice strong 9, but unfortunately, it didn't have that. So 8 points on the weapon modifications. Okay, the effective range of this weapon system is 650 meters, which is going to give us 8 points there, unfortunately. So we've got 2 points less from the last weapon system, the AK-12, which is 800, which is our maximum points. So 650 meters, which isn't really a bad distance in all fairness, but for our scoring system, we're going to give that 8 points. Okay, next we're going to move on to the standard ergonomics, vertical and horizontal recoil. So weapon sits at 51 ergonomics, which isn't too bad. Middle table there, to the board. Vertical recoil is 76, which isn't that bad in all fairness. The vertical recoil is pretty good, but 213 is about average as well. So that puts this weapon system at a score of 18, which is actually similar to the AK-12, what we previously looked at, which isn't too bad actually. In all fairness, out of 30 points, 18 is pretty good. So not a bad weapon system out of the box for its vertical, horizontal, and ergonomics. Okay, so here is the weapon fully kitted out with probably one of the best attachments that I can find for this weapon system. Once again, some people have probably different builds, maybe better builds. If they do, then that'd be quite nice to see what you can actually get this weapon system up to. Let me know in the comments below. So I've got this ergonomics up to 71, which is pretty good. Vertical recoil is 56 and horizontal was 158, which is actually really, really good for this weapon system. Really high score there of 25 points. That's 4 points more than the AK-12, which is really good. That's sitting really, really high on our scoring system for the kitted ergonomics from vertical and horizontal recoil for this weapon system. So a solid 25 points. Okay, next is going to be the cost of the weapon system itself. So first and foremost, we look at fine parts, just easy to do this. So the weapon currently sits at right now on the market for 26,000, as you can see here. Standard. It hasn't got magazine, but the stock is just folded there. But sitting at right now on the flea market for 26,000. I'm guessing it's going to be a similar price on the trade as well. So that is a really good, strong 10 points for the standard weapon system of 26,000. That's really strong. It's probably one of the cheapest ones I've seen. Moving on to the kitted, so as you can see, I've selected defined parts. Unfortunately, this one's not available, the pistol grip itself. So I believe, I will look at this previously, I believe this is about 100,000, so we're probably going to be over 500,000 rubles to build this weapon. So I'm going to give that 6 points for the weapon cost of it fully kitted, which is not too bad. It's mid-table, mid-across the tier, so yeah. So 600 points, or 600 points, 6 points for the fully kitted rating. Alright, okay, range test. Let's have a look at this weapon system, shall we? Really nice looking weapon as well, actually, fully kitted, looks pretty cool. It's quite a lot on the screen, it's quite bulky, it's quite nice. Let's have a look at it. Snap to the shoulder. It doesn't feel, I don't know, in comparison to the last weapon system I used, it feels pretty good. It's quite quick up to the shoulder. Just have a look down here, so we're lowering the weapon system. You can see return. Do you know what, that's quick. I might give that a point. I like that, that's nice. Smooth. It's bright with the sight on it as well. You know, I'll give that a point. I'm happy with that. That's quite nice. Okay, unfortunately we don't have the full M995 ammunition, but we do actually have M855A1, which is the green tick rounds, which is only probably about a point or two off of the actual rating we've got to give the M995. So we're going to use that ammunition to try and get small grouping shot. So we're going to do 6 shots on the target, try and get small grouping, and we'll see how it feels. So we'll jump here, sorry. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to go for another 6 here, actually. Let's go again. You know, that's quite nice. I'm going to give that a point now. Definitely a good point. So that will give us another 2 points there on the board, so we're at 4 now. Let's do a small grouping on an auto burst on the target. Ooh, extremely jumpy that. Extremely jumpy. So I'm not going to give it a high horizontal scoring, but or vertical, sorry. Horizontal's pretty good. Let's go for another burst. Yeah, I quite like the horizontal, 100% a point there. So I want to give that the burst grouping size. It's kind of hard to really judge this without actually testing it out in terms of a rule and whatnot. It's not a bad grouping. I'm going to give it another 2 more points here for the small grouping auto burst and another 2 points for the horizontal recoil. But vertical is a bit manic, so I'm going to not do a point there. So I'm going to give this a solid 8. A solid 8 on the range test. That's pretty good. A lot better than the last one. Last weapon system we got 6 points in the AK-12. So yeah, really proud of that. That's nice. Really nice. Alright, that is me content with the range test with this weapon system. I think the score is pretty good. So we're going to move on and have a look at the kit, ready for the raid, which we always use, but I just want to show you, then make sure you're happy. And then we'll move on from there. Okay, that's us kitted, ready to go into the raid now. Let's test this weapon out and see how well it does. Alright, straight in the raid here. Weapon system looks nice. I got myself a laser on the weapon end of weapon system, which I always do for every raid we're going to do in the future. This is how I roll. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually get a rail on the side for this to get the laser on, which is kind of bizarre. So we kind of got an end of weapon system, but nicely it sits just below the ear text. You can't actually see it, which is actually pretty good. And the ergonomics have been reduced by 2. I don't know if you can see much of a difference there. It's not as snappy as it was once before. I set the holograph to 100 meters, which is good, which we want to have in case of engagements at that range. It's not the standard distance on a safe weapon system anyway. Okay, let's go hunt for some scavs. Let's see how well this weapon system fares. Right now, I quite like it. It's quick to shoulder. It's nice. It's quite fluid. It feels quite strong. We'll go to the underground tunnel area first and go from there. Let's have a look, see what it's actually like inside. It is quite hard to judge a weapon's, skills or rating properly with just one raid. You need to do multiple raids and test over time. Maybe in the future, maybe rating weapons really in depth. It's quite in depth review. This sort of series I'm doing here, but to go in real science on it, we have to do a lot more raids and get a lot more statistics. But I still just think it's quite fun. It's quite interesting to see what I like. Still smooth, it's nice. Right, first shots there. Don't know, that's my poor aim. Okay. Quite jumpy. Ah. Okay. Got any range? Get a burst forward on. Did he get away? Not going down. That one too bad. Auto is pretty nice. Vertical recoil was pretty strong there actually. I think they're inside buildings. Let's push with the laser. Let's do it on the shoulder. There's quite a few of them. There we go. We should get a reload in there. Fire's pretty good. Someone inside this building behind me. Tasty. Magazine. So the penetration power is that good? It's quite a nice close quarter battle. Bit pokey in terms. Let's get out of this building actually. Just got a reload in here. Close quarter battle is pretty good against scavs. Pretty decent. Recoil's very low. You can get on target quite easily. I'm liking this a lot. I'm going to trot outside a little bit, to be fair. Let's try the ear tech. Let's try long range, look at that. Okay, we are not getting anything right now in terms of hit marks on that guy, even though I was putting the dot on him quite nicely. Maybe the range is a bit. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Let's get a little injector here. Okay, medium range is good. I think that long range it is suffering quite a bit in terms of accuracy. Right, but I'm definitely above 5, in my opinion, this right now. I'm definitely sitting around at 6, 7. So we can neutralize some more of these scavs. A longer range would be nice. Set the scope to 150. Sight through, so. Someone's got eyes on me. He's dead. I like this. This does. Ooh. do want to test this out that further range though. Someone's got a eye for me. I think he's on that rock actually. Looks like I'm about to die here. Let's just get a figure out of ammunition as well. Last mag. Yeah, just got everything we got. I do feel like it needs work on that long range. Yeah, that's out of ammunition. That says dead. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Do you know what? Well, the way I was playing it, obviously, you're not going to be that aggressive in the open like that. The close quarter battle on the medium range, that weapon system is really good. I'm going to give that a solid. I'm going to give that a solid 6. Oh, I don't know, but then again, a 7. The way it was working in the rooms, it's good. I liked it. I say it's reliable. Do you know what? I think that's really reliable. Genka Silver got me. I'm going to go for a 7. You know, I like it. I think I'm not going to give it any more points than that because it was struggling at long range. I don't know if that's just my terrible shooting arm, so I was moving. But medium range and close range, just done the job. It was on target. Obviously, I'm not the best shooter in this game at the moment. Not yet, anyway. But I'm going to give that 7 points reliable. Nice. Okay, so the AK-101. The final score is 105 total points. So that now puts us above the AK-12 at quite a good solid amount of distance of 10 points. Still not quite 150. I don't think any weapon's going to make it to 150. But 105 points, that's going to be quite a high weapon to beat. But hopefully some of my weapons, I've got some of my weapons in mind that I might like, but we'll just see what the stats come out of on that. But really nice, 105 points. On to the next weapon system, which is going to be the AK-102.